The second place where you're gonna edit this content here, and also all of the content, the city and state and those types of things, your name for your copy, is in the Shortcoder. So again, if I go back to my navigation item and I go to Settings, Shortcoder, the Shortcoder basically operates just like Microsoft Word's mail merge function, right? So if you've ever written a letter and you wanted to mail merge that letter. So for example, you wanted to put the customer's name in the letter in 2 or 3 different places, right? And you wanted that to be not just for one customer, but for many customers, right? You'd create a mail merge, and then Microsoft Word would go into your data and automatically fill in that person's name for you in all the different places, right? Well, that's what we've done with the Shortcoder. We've created this application that will take your custom information and stick it inside the copy and inside the content that we've already provided for you. Again, I'm giving you the keys to the car. We've already optimized this content pretty well for you, right? We've already, we're using these sales letters. We're using this copy out in the marketplace. It's working very well. So now what I'd like to do is give you the ability to customize it to your own school easily. Obviously, you can log in here and you can change all this stuff if you want to. I'd recommend you leave it alone, but that you customize it to your specific school's information and your specific information. The easy way to do that is using our Shortcoder. So I'm going to go back again to Settings, Shortcoder, and you'll see down at the bottom here, I have all my shortcodes. These are all of the, let's call them merge fields, right? The fields that will be merged into your website for you automatically. So let's say, for example, the first one, School, City, Maine. I'm going to click that, and you'll see that will come up, the page will load, and I'll get my settings up here, okay? The content inside this little editor window, this is really all I want you to change. I don't want you to change the title at all. That will break the shortcode, frankly. I don't want you to change the title, and I don't want you to change this over here. I want you just to change the content here. One little idiosyncrasy to notice is you have 2 options to look at this content. You have the text editor here on the right, and that's the one I'm going to want you to use for almost everything. And then you also have one called the visual editor. If I click that, you'll see that it turns this editing area here into something that looks kind of like Microsoft Word, right? I have bold and underline, and I have all these tools, right? Well, to be honest with you, you're not going to use this visual editor really for anything. There's one exception, but really for anything, because we've already done all the styling for you. So you're not going to need any of these tools. You're going to use these somewhere else. So instead, I want you to stick with the text editor, right? And if you were observant, you'll see that switching from the visual editor back to the text editor has changed this slightly. You'll see that I now have these P tags. Everything inside of an angle bracket is called a tag, and these are HTML comments that say this is a paragraph, right? That actually is not good for us. What all I wanted here actually was just the text, the raw text of my city name. So what I'd like you to do is stay in the text editor, all with one exception. I'll show you in a little while. Stay in the text editor, and if you see these P tags, I want you to get rid of them. Right? All I want here is the plain text for your city name. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's put school, city, Maine. I'm going to put Orlando. Well, it used to say Orlando, so let me say New York, just for argument's sake. Okay. And then I'm going to hit Update Shortcode right here. Let's do a couple more while I'm here. I'm going to go to School, Phone, Maine. So let me click that. And again, I'm going to stay in the text editor. And since I was in the text editor before, you'll see that I don't have any paragraph tags. It behaved well for me. I'm going to change my school phone. So let's make it 555-666-8888 and hit Update Shortcode. So what I want you to do is to go through all of these shortcodes that make sense. School address, closest neighboring towns. These are the communities that are closest to you that students may be searching for, may be coming from. Your school name, skip blog sidebar for now. Your location, your name, meaning the master name, that's your name, school owner's name. Skip the lead capture forms as well. I'll show you how those work later. So just update those ones that, that make sense, your geographic information, your specific information. And you'll see when I go back out to my website and I hit refresh, you'll see that down here in the content, down here, that it's changed, right? Now it says, welcome to the best martial arts lessons in New York, because New York was the city name I put in there. And it says, I'm very proud that hundreds of families all over the New York area are singing the praises of our programs, right? AMS Martial Arts has been a landmark of New York for many years, right? It also uses your surrounding cities in here a couple of times as well. So go through your shortcoder, do school name, city main, phone number, address, neighboring towns, school name, skip the blog sidebar. You'll see when you go to blog sidebar, you'll see that that one looks very different. Everything else is going to look very easy to understand. But when you get to blog sidebar, you're going to see a bunch of this crazy HTML code, right? Whenever you see this craziness, don't worry about it. We'll get back to it later, right? But just go through, location, for example. You'll see I've got some HTML style there as well. So just go through all of these and update them to the right text. Now for location specifically, you'll see that I have some styles built into that for you as well. So what I want you to do is look, forget what's inside these paragraph tags. I just want you to follow this content right here where it says contact now and your phone number, and then the address. I want you to put your stuff in there, right? So contact now, I'm going to update that to 555-888-7777. And then here you'll see my address. You see it inside those paragraph tags, those tags. I'm going to put my address. So let's do, for example, 123 Anywhere Street, Orlando. And I'll just get rid of the rest. And again, I'm going to be careful not to delete the span tag in this particular example. Just this example, just location. It's the only one I'm going to ask you to be conscious of. But in your location field, I put some styling on it for you. And then hit update shortcodes. So finish all those up, hit update them all. And when you go back to your website and hit refresh, you'll see that now my phone number has been updated. My location has been updated. All the copy inside of this little sales presentation here has been updated. Here's my new address, my phone number, my email, all that stuff. You'll also find later on as we dig through the website, many of the pages of your site will also now have your new content in it. So go through the shortcoder. Don't worry about the lead capture forms yet, but go update anything else that kind of looks like, text, and we'll move on to the next lesson. Thanks so much.